Greetings, gamers. Welcome to part number 11 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 9, Path of Radiance, and in today's episode, I'm going to be finishing up this chapter as this is my final turn. Don't really have anything else I have to do other than some prep work, making sure all of my units are exactly where they all need to be. I'm literally just going to be moving all of my units backwards and preparing for the fight. I'm not taking any specific attacks or going out of my way to defeat said enemies. I'm just setting up my units in such a way to defend, and that's literally it. Everybody should be more than capable of taking on the rest of the onslaught of this chapter, as this enemy phase is going to be the last, which is nice. Steel Lance broke. That's okay. We don't really need those. I'm not looking to replace it, so Titania can get some more experience points. This is somewhat of a waste of a Steel Axe. However, I'll just get another one if I need to. Money is kind of tight, though. Very nice, Titania. So if he's going to leave this one alive, that's also kind of nice. And no damage. Nice miss. If it wasn't for the fact that your units have very limited equipment and funds to be able to afford equipment at this current moment, you would be able to pretty much defend forever, even on difficult mode, but it's specifically because defending is always easier than attacking, am I right? And yes, more and more units. The reinforcements are only there to kind of look intimidating, because this chapter is done. Ha! There are still more of... Everyone, fall back to the castle. Regroup. Regroup within the castle. Ha! Blast. Not yet. Not yet. We will not fall. KO a unit, and another one just takes its place. Takes his place. And causes more issues, right? Sieges are always about a battle of stamina. Brother. Mist, you're not supposed to be out here. I told you to stay.
I don't care.
Mist?
There's no way we can escape. This is it, isn't it? We're all going to die here, aren't we?
Don't be foolish. No matter what happens, I'm making sure you and Rolf get out of here alive. Once you're out of danger, you can go straight to the palace and stay with Princess Alencia.
No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here with everyone. I'm staying with you. As long as I'm with you, I'm not afraid to die. We'll see Mother and Father. We'll all be together again. So please, stop telling me to leave you. I can't. I can't leave any of you again, alright?
Alright. Don't leave my side.
Thank you, brother.
But one thing, you're not going to see Mother just yet.
What?
I'm going to protect you. I'm not going to let you die. I gave Father my word.
Hike.
So few soldiers, and yet you managed to defeat our general. You fought well. But it all ends here. Prepare to die. No! What happened? What was that? Filthy beast. So strong, it's incredible. Is that why people fear the Legus? Ah, blasted, stinking beasts. So, are you two from the palace? Did the king of Gallia send you?
He did. I am Mordecai, warrior of Gallia. Your hair is blue. You are Ike, is this correct?
That's right, I'm Ike. You saved us back there, thank you.
Randolph told me Ike is not a bad stranger. Mordecai and Ike, we will become friends.
You don't know that. You don't know if we can trust him. It's too soon to tell. He's a Bjork, a human. You know all humans have two faces.
Leave?
Bjork? What's that?
That's what you are. We with the power are Legus. You soft, hairless things with no power at all. You are called Bjork.
What did you say?
Leave, you are being bad. The king forbids this. We cannot fight with Bjork.
Most Bjork call us by hated names. Look at us with eyes filled with scorn. Subhuman. Is that how Bjork treat their friends? Is that how Bjork treat their allies?
You're right. Some of us use that name far too readily. I guess if we had thought about it, we'd have realized it's not a polite term. We didn't know you by any other name. I'm sorry.
You knew no other name for us? Are you really so little to you, human? You who forced us into slavery? How easily you forget. But we Legus, we remember. We remember how we have suffered at your hands. The king can say whatever he likes. I will not trust you. I warn you now. Never speak to me in such a way.
Leave.
What's your point? Did you come all this way to complain to us? Ha ha ha. Typical subhumans.
Scum. Those who use that name are enemies of Gallia.
Subhuman. Enemy. He is enemy.
You think you're humans. The only thing human about you is your conceit. You filthy, hairy, subhuman.
Mordecai, kill him.
Ike!
Oh. What?
Ike. Ike, I'm sorry. I have hurt you. I did not intend to hurt you.
Mordecai, this injury is nothing. I'm fine.
You're nothing but a beast.
Soren, stand down. Why did you stop me? He hurt you. He could have killed you. We can't let him get away. If you hadn't provoked him, none of this would have happened, right? But I'm sorry. Gonna have to stop you there. Words, don't care what they are. I don't care if they're a slur or not. I don't care if they're incredibly quote-unquote harmful or not. Do not equate to inciting violence. They do not. They never will. They never have. They do not equate. So, unfortunately, I don't have any kind of capacity to agree with Ike here. Mordecai, leave. I apologize on behalf of my company. Please forgive Soren. It's a poor excuse, but we recently lost some companions. We're tired and we're not thinking clearly.
Ike forgave Mordecai, so now I forgive Soren. No one need be angry.
I apologize as well. My behavior has been unkind. I forgot our mission, and I have blundered terribly.
Mission?
The king wants to see you. We are here to guide you to the royal palace.
And saving I shall. Chapter 9, Gallia. Good morning, Ike. May I have a moment of your time? What is it? I'm listening. Our expenses, our ability to fight, the current status of our troops, these are all things that you must know. I see. Having a grasp of that is part of the commander's job, too, right? Understood. Let me hear it. Very well. And you get the very first after-action report from Soren. Earned 0 gold, spent 2,295 gold, current is 205, combat experience points 664, bonus experience points 0. And that is because I fought that whole darn chapter. MVP, Titania, obviously, and new ally, Ileana. No fallen comrades. Likely won't be seeing that this entire playthrough. That's it. I think I've got most of it. I'll give you a report before each battle. I hope that it helps. I'm sure it will. Thank you. I'm relying on you for all the details. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Commander. I will do my best. But if I have your leave, I must be going. All right, info. Lots of info. What's wrong, Soren? Are preparations complete? Yes, everything's ready. You have only a few robes and musty books. I'm taking a bit less, but it looks as though you have travel at light as well. The burden of unnecessary items is something I detest. Me too. We're alike in that, aren't we? What is it? You've got that worried look again. Well, it's nothing. Never mind. Everyone's really slow, aren't they? Shall I go and see what's taking them? Soren, don't worry about it. Sitting here in the morning in the sunlight helps me to understand. I'm alive. I have trustworthy friends. That's how I know I can go on. I just hope I'm not fooling myself. No, you're not. You're not. Well, then it's business as usual. I know we'll have troubles, but let us set our shoulders straight and get on with it. Understood.
Ah, Ike, good morning.
Morning. Are you all right?
If I said I were, I'd be lying, but I'm doing my best. Yesterday I was so confused. Then I awoke this morning and saw the blue sky, felt the sun on my face, and I thought, I'm alive. The sunlight was so warm. I mean, it's always warm, but for some reason, it made me want to cry.
Oh, Mist.
It's up to us. We must live the fullest lives we can. We have to live for Mother and for Father. We mustn't dishonor their memory. So, I may think about them, and I may cry every now and then, but I'll carry on.
You're right. Everything you said is right. We will carry on together.
Right. Oh, sorry. I have to hurry and get ready. I'll see you later, brother.
Yes, look at the time. Get a move on, will you? Hey, good morning, Ike. How are you feeling today? Yesterday's battle was a rough one, wasn't it? Hi, Oscar. Yeah, I'm sore all over. Every muscle in my body hurts. Hopefully, I'll feel better after I move around for a while. I hope for the same. When I woke up, it was all I could do to get out of bed. We're truly lucky to be alive. If those 2 beast fighters hadn't arrived when they did, we might have all been wiped out. Yeah. Ike, I can't say I know what you're going through or how you feel, but you should try to remember all that happened last night. The men we fought were professionals, well-trained, and under the command of a cunning tactician, but not invincible. You're saying they follow certain rules, specific patterns? Yes, I see. If I can learn what they are, they become vulnerable. The next time we meet, we won't lose. Ha! What? For an instant there, looking at you was like looking at Commander Grail. I'm his son. I'm supposed to look like him, aren't I? It wasn't that. And it wasn't an aura or a hunch or anything like that. I don't know what to call it. It was more like the core of your character. It felt the same as his. Huh. Ha ha ha. Sorry. That must have sounded pretty stupid. Oscar? Commander. From now on, when I practice, would you join me? I would be more familiar with the fighting style of knights. Of course. If there's anything I can do to help, you need only to ask.
Oh, boss. Morning.
Good morning. Are you ready to go?
All set. It doesn't matter how late I go to sleep. I'm always awake before the sun rises. I can leave whenever.
I'm sorry, for everything that's happened is all so sudden.
Oh, it's nothing. But it's been rough on you, hasn't it?
I could say the same to you. It can't have been easy joining a band of wanted mercenaries and fighting every day.
Oh, it's not so bad.
You were forced to join us by the whims of fate, not by choice. I know my father said you had a debt to repay, but he's not here anymore. If you want to leave, I won't stop you. What?
Ooh, times like this, I never have any idea of what I'm supposed to say, none. Darn, hold on. Yesterday, in the middle of that giant mess, you didn't give up, boss, and I knew. That is how a true man lives. So now I have to follow you, you see?
I think so?
That's my story, boss. So do me a favor and don't tell me to get lost. I'm good to have around, you'll see.
That's how you feel. I guess I can understand. I'm counting on you. Don't let me down.
Never. I wouldn't know how.
Ike, are you prepared? Can we depart soon?
It's taking more time than I thought. I'm sorry for making you wait.
I see. Then I will talk with you as we wait. My words, are they well? Can you understand them?
Sure, no problem. I understand you.
That is good. Mordecai is not so good with this language.
What language do you normally use?
With others of my tribe, I need no words. I say that all I must with gestures and with, how do you say, growls?
That sounds convenient.
Yes, but our tongue does not let us talk to other tribes. That is not good. That is why we learn these modern words.
I would think that would be enough, being able to speak with only your friends, wouldn't it?
It is not. If there is danger or conflict, we can use words to avoid a fighting that need not be. So using words that many can hear is good.
Using words to avoid unnecessary fighting. That's one way to think about it. And it's a good way. Ike cannot talk to Titania quite yet. I am going to be supporting Ike with Titania. Nobody else in my party is going to be supported quite yet. With that being said, this is a perfect opportunity for me to finish my outfit. I'll see you all in just a few. Alright, I am back. The convoy management has been taken care of. And I also gave Ike the Ashira icon, so he has 2 extra luck than what he had before. It makes sense to give Ike Ashira icons because, I mean, he is the main character, and I'm using Miracle, which is a luck percentage proc. Much better to use it on him for the sake of being able to use it just in case. I'm not planning on it, nor am I banking on it, but it is there, right?
This place brings back such memories. It hasn't changed in the slightest.
Titania, have you been to Gallia before?
A long time ago, when I was still a knight of Crimea. I volunteered for a military officer exchange program and spent some time studying at Gallia's royal palace.
I get it now. That's why you weren't surprised when we saw the Legus.
That's right. I've missed the sea. When the setting sun strikes the water, it's almost as though the horizon itself is on fire.
Now that I think about it, my father knew where the old castle was. He sure acted like someone who'd been to Gallia before. Was he here with you?
Mm-hmm. And we weren't the only ones. You've been here too, Ike.
What?
It's Mordecai. You'd better answer him.
Yeah, but...
We can finish our talk later, after we've reached the castle.
Oh, that was cryptic. What is it, Mordecai?
Do you tire? Should we rest here?
No, I think we're all right.
Good.
Bjork are such a weak species. A distance like this is nothing. Any Legus worth his claws could cross it in a single bound.
Leave.
Huh, it is the truth.
If you persist in this way, you will shame the king. You sound like a fool.
Yes, you are my subordinate. Never speak to me in such a way.
What's wrong is wrong. You are a fierce warrior, Leaf, but when it comes to the Bjork, you are far too stubborn.
What did you say?
Come on now, both of you, let's calm down.
Mordecai?
Wait,
What is it?
that smell on the wind. It's iron. It is the smell of weapons, the smell of Bjork, heavily armored, well armed.
Are you sure? Yes, most definitely. General Kotov, the Crimean mercenaries have entered our area of operations.
Ha! They've trapped. Call every last man. Ready for the battle. We stop the enemy here.
Fort Titana. Black armor, they're Dayan men, all right. You're saying that some of the invasion force is still around?
Dayan worms, they strut about the Gallian forest as though they own them. I won't stand for it.
The castle to the south. Many Bjork are inside. They carry iron weapons. I smell them.
Not good. Titania, gather everyone together.
Ha! Understood.
What now?
What do you mean?
If you hope to crush the worms, you'd do well to capture the ruins in the south. Since you probably want to flee, there is an escape route.
We're going to fight.
Oh?
There are times when running has its advantages, but I don't think we'll lose here.
I see.
I will also fight.
Good. We could use the help.
Ike, everyone's here.
All right, let's go. I want you two to take Mist and Rolf and retreat to the rear.
Of course.
We're counting on you. Be careful. Everyone who can fight, grab a weapon. Grail mercenaries, move out. Okay, choosing units. And I actually think everybody is fully well prepared for this. Titania even has a pure water because I'm going to be using Titania in my strategy to go up. I did this in my previous playthrough, but she's going to be taking out all of these yahoos and gathering these two houses, as well as dealing with the bandit incursion that will come about. If only you had the option of actually deploying Mordecai and Leave on your team right now, but they happen to be yellow units, unfortunately. If you could, Mordecai would actually be super helpful here. You could definitely get Titania further down south. Or not further down south, but further down this cliff. Into the desert, or not desert, but into the sand of the beach, so that she could get to the enemies quicker and deal with them. But unfortunately, that is not something that I have the luxury to do. So I think this is a pretty good little situation I've got going on here. I'm going to go ahead and save, and also fight.
Ike!
Mist, you and Rolf clear out of here. Stay back, no matter what.
No, Ike. We're going to fight with you, both of us.
What? No, that's not going to happen. Be serious, Mist. The two of you can't even wield weapons.
I've got this.
A heal staff?
Yeah, I made Rise teach me how to use it. I can heal injuries. I mean, just little ones, but still.
Little ones? No. There's no way I'm letting you on this battlefield. Huh?
Rolf, stop being such a brat, you little twerp.
I'm going to fight too. I'm good with a bow.
Really? That's news to me. Is that the best lie you can come up with?
It's no lie. That's right, he's not lying.
Of course he is.
What are you talking about, Mist?
Rolf's always practicing with his bow, and he's really good, aren't you? I sure am.
And when did you learn to use a bow?
Well, let's see, I guess I just sorta picked it up naturally.
Stop lying, you burger-eating brat. You can't just pick up a weapon and start firing away. Someone has to teach you the basics.
Well, maybe because I'm just a prodigy, because I learned it all myself.
You little...
You don't know anything, Boyd. That's right.
This is ridiculous.
Enough. You two go back.
No, we don't want to. All Rolf and I do is sit and wait and worry about all of you. We're tired of waiting. We want to fight by your side.
Is that so?
How about it, Rolf? Is that how you feel too?
Uh-huh, no doubt. We'd rather be with you.
What now, Commander?
We take them with us. We're too pressed for time to sit around here bickering. And at least, if they're nearby, they'll be easier to protect.
Are you serious? Yes, you won't regret this, Ike, I promise.
I hope not.
Okay, so yes. In fact, I have 2 new units, and both of them are kind of interesting. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Rolf. Rolf is a level 1 archer with bases so bad they're less good than Ike at base. And Rolf is joining in chapter 9. I know there's a lot of people who like this unit, but unfortunately I am not a fan of archers and never really have been in most of the Fire Emblem franchise. This game I make an exception for Shinon at times because I think he's a good asset to the party due to provoke, as well as being actually very good with his growths and his statistics. But Rolf is kind of in a sour spot. Even though he has a special bow designed to help Rolf master archery, it is Rolf's bow, only he can wield it, he does 13 attack damage. It's kind of gross. He has an E weapon level, and it's not all that great. It's easy to train him if you really want to use him, because the fact of the matter is he just has to sit back and take pot shots at enemies. But Rolf here has 60% HP growth, 40% strength, 20% magic, totally useless, 45% skill, 50% speed, 40% luck, 30% defense, and 25% resistance. Rolf has actually pretty decent growth for the most part. Hilariously, he has a 20% magic growth, but there is no magic bow to speak of in this game. Again, coming to that same issue, except the difference is that Ronan, who has a magic growth, his magic growth actually has a point in his game, whereas in this game, there is no point to it. It's unfortunate because I would love to have some more ranged chip damage that was actually good, but unfortunately I get Rolf instead. Luckily, I'm going to be bringing everybody with me, so I have Ileana and Soren for ranged magical chip damage. And then I have Mist, Cleric, which is an interesting class, a unique class. It is only her. Holy women who use sacred staffs to heal injured allies. They are not soldiers and cannot wield weapons. Very intriguing. So, despite being much worse in bases and the same level as Rolf, Mist is arguably infinitely more useful. The reason being is because Mist is a healer, and you are sorely lacking in the healing department. We only have Rise, and I've only had Rise since, chapter 2? So the fact of the matter is that having another healer is good. Mist has a 50% HP growth, 35% strength, 50% magic, 25% skill, 40% speed, 60% luck, 15% defense, and 40% resistance. So Mist is kind of built like a magical unit who can also use physical strength to some degree with that 35% strength growth. She promotes to a mounted sword-wielding, staff-wielding unit, a Valkyrie, so she has the capacity to defend herself, but because her strength cap is much lower than her magic cap, and her strength growth is much lower, it's not all that viable to have her attacking physically. There is a way around this, though. Forges can help her patch up the physical strength issue, because when she promotes, she's only going to have an E rank in swords, which is super abysmal. It's either E or D. It might be D. I might be misremembering here. But either way, Mist is one of the 2 units I made a caveat about. She is going to be used in my Let's Play, even though this is a pre-promote only run. There is only one pre-promote in this game who has staves, And she is a unit that does not come to your party until Chapter 26. I'm not waiting till Chapter 26 to have a healer. So I decided to make some exceptions. And she is the first of that exception. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not using Rise. I am going to continue using Rise until I get my second exception. Won't be too many chapters from now. But she has an E rank in staves, and she also comes with the Miracle skill. Reduces any lethal blow to half damage. With her 60% luck growth, there will come a time, especially if you train her to 2020, where she will reliably proc Miracle. Not super reliably, of course, because it is still just RNG survival, but relatively reliably. And because luck is capped at 40 in this game, whereas most other stats in this game are capped at 30 or less, in the cases of class-specific caps, it's interesting because that means that she basically almost has a 50-50 shot at max luck to survive a lethal blow. Now, she is another good candidate for an Ashira icon. We do get a couple. I am going to give probably all of them to Ike because he does have better growth or worse growths in luck comparatively to Mist. Plus, I don't foresee using her too often in direct combat, whereas Ike is always going to be in direct combat. She is a fantastic unit and a great addition to the team. I actually really enjoy this unit. I love Mist because she is one of the only characters in this game who does viable and good damage with the magical weapons on offer. Seeing that there is 2 magic swords in this game, that's pretty great. One of them even has super effectiveness against all flyers in the game, which is also super great because even though effectiveness is only double, you're talking about a magical weapon that has 10 might, having 20 might on that magical weapon. With Mist's cap of 26 magic, she actually can do some pretty significant damage to flying units, especially units like Wyverns, whom she would have no business attacking otherwise because they're physically defensive. Her cap of 20 strength is not going to do much for her in that matter. But she is a fantastic unit, one I'm going to be using. Rolf I'll be using for this chapter too, just for his chip damage. But other than that, he is going to hit the bench pretty hard. All that being said, I think this is a perfect opportunity to cut this episode off. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe, depending on your platform. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.